in this video, you're gonna get to know me better. It can be very hard to trust someone talking on such things as mental health when you have no idea who they are, what their background is, and if they have the credibility to even talk about this stuff. So that's why I'm gonna share to you about my journey and how I've gotten to where I am today, talking to you about mental health issues. I get the question a lot, why are you doing this when you're so young? I studied at the Coaching Institute in Melbourne, and I got that question a lot from a lot of the people who were around their 50s, and they were looking for more meaning in their career, so they were studying life coaching. And I thought about it, and it always came back to what happened to me when I was younger and why I looked towards personal development and psychology to help myself. Because when I was young, grew up as the youngest of 4 amazing human beings they are today, and we grew up in a pretty crazy household in the Blue Mountains in New South Wales. And it was a pretty dysfunctional house. That was even before my mum was diagnosed with cancer, and I was 3, and then unfortunately she passed away when I was 10. So that was obviously massively traumatic for me, my siblings and our family, and the dysfunction just went chaotic, out of control even more. So that was a massive fundamental thing that changed who I was. And growing up through high school, because of all of those things that were happening to me at home, I couldn't focus, I couldn't be present in my own body and feel safe, so study wasn't important to me. That meant I found it hard to read, I went back and my grades were really bad, I didn't have great relationships with my teachers because I hated school because I got bad results, and this was a negative feedback loop that went all the way into high school. And I got to the stage when I was in year 10 in Australia. You can drop out and you need to get a full-time job, and a lot of my friends at the time, that was to get a trade. So I was sitting there thinking, am I going to drop out and just get a trade, which was at the time like the easy option for me? I thought, I feel like I can do something more, I feel like I can give school a real shot. So in year 10, I decided not to drop out, go through to year 11 and 12 and finish my HSC. And I did that, and slowly through year 11, I started to apply myself with my amazing support with my amazing girlfriend. We met and we became high school sweethearts in year 11, and she really supported me through having like a really safe household to study. We studied together, and then my grades started improving, and that negative feedback loop became a positive feedback loop, and I started to get great results. I started to like school. I started to like my teachers because they saw me put a effort into class and asking questions, and I loved year 11 and 12, and I ended up getting high academic award at the end and like the most improved in my year. So I completely changed that dynamic, and I destroyed the belief that I was dumb and that I couldn't learn and I had issues with my own learning. I did not know that at the time, but looking back, I realized that now. So going through that, I finished school, went into a full-time job in the building industry with McDonald Jones Homes, and I was in an office, and I hated that. 6 months in, I quit. And then through other jobs and my brother, Steve, studying outdoor recreation at TAFE, I did my Cert 3 and he was in his Cert 4. And then through that, I went into all these really awesome adventure companies and was guiding in canyoning and rock climbing, abseiling the Blue Mountains, and then started to work for school camps. And all at the same time, I always had this passion to know myself more. I would always go on YouTube and listen to guys talking about this kind of stuff because I was so fascinated, because I wanted to prove myself. And through that, learning about myself through reading my first book, The Power of Now, which completely changed my life, which is a book by Eckhart Tolle, if you don't know, I started to completely change who I was, and the people around me saw that, and I started to have a positive influence on the people around me just through changing who I was and growing within myself. Then I discovered what life coaching is, and I realized for one of the guys that I was really loving his content, he was a life coach, and he had studied life coaching. And I looked into it in Australia and I found the Coach Institute, and I jumped in, paid the massive thing when I was so young. Like, that was a huge thing to take on this big debt. It's not like a uni debt where you can pay off slowly. I had to pay for it myself, and that helped me manage my own wealth, even though it was a struggle sometimes, making ends meet, because I didn't have the resources and the knowledge, because we were pretty lower middle class family, and I really took on the, that's a whole nother video, but I really took on that scarcity mindset, and that really affected me. But that's a whole nother video. Through the Coach Institute, which completely changed my life, completely changed the way I think about myself, the way I relate to others, and completely changed my relationship with myself, I started my own business. And I started coaching people one-on-one, I started doing talks, and I was loving it. And later on down the track, it's led me here with you. And now I'm also studying mental health at TAFE, and I'm loving it, and I'm still learning. It's a lifelong journey of me learning, unpacking myself, unpacking what happened to me, why I do what I do now. That's pretty much it, really. Very, very long story short, my own trauma and my own shit that happened to me when I was young made me look for ways and tools to improve myself. I wanted to get out of the dark place where I was to then get to somewhere more healthy, more authentic about myself, and so I could enjoy my life. Like, who doesn't want to do that? I'm sure you're passionate about doing that if you're here on this video. So that's all this video is about, just about me. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If you want to know more specifically about a part of my story, I'm very happy to do another video on that. I just wanted to keep this one brief so you can get a more understanding of me, and we can go into all those really cool details of all the other little side paths I could have easily gone down, but I'm trying to keep this short for you. So check out some of my other content, and please like and subscribe. It really helps this new YouTube channel to grow as quick as it can and get the message out to as many people as possible.